Well, a very good evening to you wherever you are. I do hope that you can join me in appreciating this truly beautiful evening. A night that is absolutely ideal for a game of football. The scenes here really are something, a beautiful picture under the floodlights. Traffic and transport round here, not the kindest, but regardless of that, the fans have found a way of getting here. There is a sense of theatre and the decibel levels are rising. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
Well, we're on the way. Danilo. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Danilo is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Van Dijk. Douglas Luiz. That's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. By an instinctive save.
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
But it gets the job done. And it's Danilo. Clearly not happy with that. Douglas Luiz. In he goes again! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that has been clubbed away. It's Vinicius Junior!
These early exchanges have been frenetic. Looks like we have a proper game on our hands, Peter.
Frimpong. De Ligt. And Frimpong. Oh, that's a key interception. Bruno Guimaraes. Gabriel, Douglas Luiz, and Gabriel, and he goes cross-field, Danilo. Oh, easy pickings there. Gakpo, Reinders, good spot, he's seen the run. Now here's the delivery. That's well blocked, and back out it comes. Rodrigo. Chance to Vinicius Junior!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Ake. And it's played forward. Douglas Luiz. Eva Nilsson. Vinicius Junior. pinches it off him. Gakpo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Looking for the runner. Big chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Danilo tries to clear. Van Dijk. Forwards and with intent. Aimed in towards the centre. And that's been well dealt with. There's the hit! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well, there's the clearance. Can he finish? And that has skimmed the post.
Oh, it's such a good effort, and maybe the target really should have been hit.
No, that's been intercepted. Frimpong. The Netherlands have a free kick. Rodrigo. And it's Danilo. Looking for options for movement. Rodrigo. Cross goes in there. Evanilson! He's done very well to get to that.
Evanilson really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Keeper's dealt with that. And now they can spring out of defence. Vinicius Junior. Now there's a fine ball. And the shot! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, he makes finishing look like a matter of fact. Why take extra touches?
Well, that has certainly made things interesting. Matson. Reinders. He is just caressing the ball. Brazil are already ahead. prepared the perfect start.
Well, they've gained the upper hand for a number of reasons, and they have every reason to kick on now.
Danilo. Brazil leading here after what's been an eventful start to the game. Played into the middle. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Frimpong.
Yeah, Peter, just have a look at this and see how the strikers are drifting into wide positions now.
And that's tactical, is it? It's not been forced on them.
No, it's all related to the hope of creating space for midfield runners.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Rodrigo. Threads one in, and there's green grass ahead of him. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Gakpo. Reinders. Marquinhos. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Danilo. Rodrigo. Danilo with the cross. De Ligt attempts a clearance. He's gone direct here. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Marquinhos. Played to Danilo. Now it's Rodrigo. Gakpo. First quarter of an hour gone. Frimpong. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Danilo. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And it's Memphis Depay. Stood up well to him there. Ava Nielsen. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Memphis Depay. Forward it goes. Now it's Rodrigo. Douglas Luiz. And it's Danilo. Ava Nielsen. And the finish! No mistake! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish. So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And here's Depay. Great position here. Gakpo! They've scored! Back to within 1. Interesting.
perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Danilo. Now it's Rodrigo. Vinicius Junior. And that has left him in a heap. Do have a chance to counter here. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, that's well spotted. Marquinhos. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. To Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz. Now it's Memphis Depay. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Reinders. Marquinhos with the clearance. Can he get away here? And he's managed to get free. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Oh, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Frimpong. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Out to the left it goes. Vinicius Junior wriggles his way through. Nice interception, well timed. Madsen. Reinders. Gakpo. And Reinders. And it's Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay. Bruno Guimaraes. Gakpo. Memphis Depay. He's been picked out. Douglas Luiz. Tries to dink it in. Ake with the clearance. The Netherlands finding their passes. Well timed, excellent interception. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Shifted upfield. Gakpo. Memphis Depay, here's onto this. Now, who's going to be first to this? Over to the left, hit into the middle.
They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Well, the defence have two choices: deal with the man or deal with the space.
Gabriel. Pass just lacking in accuracy.
the Netherlands clearly are looking formidable down that left-hand side, the current supply route. Reinders clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team...
Towering header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
He's had it taken off him. De Ligt. Douglas Luiz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Reinders. Gakpo. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Danilo has created one goal already. Now it's Douglas Luiz. It's a good-looking cross. And he's heaved it away. And the counter is on. Now it's Memphis Depay. Just eases him off the ball. Played up towards the front line. Vinicius Junior. Madsen. Gakpo. And Madsen. He's cut it out. Now it's Memphis Depay. Frimpong. And here's Depay. Reinders. Reinders. Can he put it away? Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
There's a sharp little ball here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Madsen. And Reinders. And he cuts out the supply. Danilo. Thinks one through. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Douglas Luiz. Danilo. Vinicius Junior. Oh, he's taking on his man here. Oh, shooting chance! He's got a goal!
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Brazil take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Van Dijk. And Madsen. Brazil looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Vinicius Junior. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Gabriel. Bruno Guimaraes. Eva Nielsen. Vinicius Junior. Pressing's intense and it's paid off. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. Marquinhos. Douglas Luiz. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Great defending, strong and determined. De Ligt. It's an exciting looking ball, that. Danilo. Shapes to shoot. And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Marquinhos can get it clear. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Bruno Guimaraes, now it's Vinicius Junior. He's tried one! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
Vinicius Junior. He's got to be in here! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Back in possession and ready to go again. Douglas Luiz. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Danilo just loves to go forward whenever he can. Gakpo. And Reinders. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And that has been cleared. Vinicius Junior. Brazil looking to pass their way through. De Ligt. And it's Memphis Depay. The Netherlands finding their passes. Oh, it's come loose. Douglas Luiz. And it's Marquinhos. Danilo looks to get on the end of this. And that is as far as they're going to go. Reinders. Nice physical challenge. Rodrigo. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, he's found some space here. And the ball is out of play. De Ligt. And it's Memphis Depay. Moved on forwards. Danilo. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vinicius Junior! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Marquinhos. Vinicius Junior. Eva Nielsen. And Danilo. Gets his pass away. Played back to the goalkeeper. Gabriel. And it's Danilo. To Douglas Luiz. Rodrigo. Now it's Douglas Luiz. Vinicius Junior! And that is a save of real quality, not easy by any means.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
Marquinhos. Aim forwards. Ball's gone out of play. Reinders. Gakpo. Foot in. Vinicius Junior. Eva Nielsen. It's Vinicius Junior. Gakpo. Gakpo! Oh, that was no routine save.
Gakpo is offering a right smile there.
Oh, he's played it in low, and he shoots! Reinders. Gakpo. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Vinicius Junior. De Ligt. And it's Memphis Depay. Now Memphis Depay. Frimpong. Reinders. Madsen. Oh, that's neat. That's a foul. Free kick's been given. Marquinhos. Madsen. Reinders. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's there to clear it. And that's a throw. And that has sent him sprawling. Memphis Depay. So, what can they make of this? Rodrigo. Danilo. Very nicely done. To Douglas Luiz. And it's Memphis Depay. He's had it nicked away. Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Eva Nielsen. Frimpong. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Lovely feet. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Bruno Guimaraes. Vinicius Junior looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Bruno Guimaraes. Spread out to the left. That's very neat. That'll be a throw. And it's Danilo. Now it's Rodrigo. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Reinders. Nicely intercepted. And it's gone back to the keeper. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Frimpong. Oh, that's nice. Muscular approach does pay off here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Bruno Guimaraes. Vinicius Junior. Is there any support? He might not need it. It's gone out for a throw-in. Strong running down that left flank. Madsen. Gakpo. That's been cut out, well played. Eva Nielsen. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Rodrigo has a goal! And more! And surely that settles it.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Madsen. Gakpo. Gakpo! Great football, shot and save.
Gakpo controlled that with such ease and really ought to have followed it up with a goal.
Eva Nielsen, gently done. Vinicius Junior, and he was alert to it.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Changes him with that pass. Can he spark a counter here? Bruno Guimaraes. To Douglas Luiz. Marquinhos. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. To Douglas Luiz. This might spell Eva Nielsen! He's missed it.
Lovely control. He made it stick with an excellent touch.
Frimpong. Some good work on the right flank here. Reinders. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Passes short and sharp. Rodrigo. Now that's well seen too. Douglas Luiz. Well, that is one way to stop him. sides about that challenge. Robust, but fair. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Climbs up big! He will be livid with himself.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Delict. Fiddles it through. Corner. They've played it short. Frimpong. That is lovely. Can he finish? And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
It's been taken short. Oh, it's played into the area. Brazil can counter promptly here. And the pass is intercepted. Matson. And Frimpong. Gakpo and Reinders. Matson showing good feet. Memphis Depay. Eva Nielsen. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Delict. And it's Ake. And Frimpong. Matson. And it's Van Dijk. Gakpo. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Rodrigo. Rodrigo. And it's Danilo. Played to Danilo. Douglas Luiz. Vinicius Junior. Van Dijk can get it clear. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Interesting ball. Great hit! Marquinhos. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now this could be a chance. Oh, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
attempts a clearance. Douglas Luiz. Oh, well played. Memphis Depay. De Ligt. Frimpong. To Memphis Depay. Moved on forwards. That has been cut short. Gabriel. And it's Danilo. Ball is over the line. Matson. Reinders. Forward it goes. Eva Nielsen. Vinicius Junior. Looking to go deep. Shapes to shoot! Reinders. Now Gakpo. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. The Netherlands finding their passes. And here's Depay. It's Memphis Depay! And that's off target.
Memphis Depay did so well to make use of the little space that was afforded to him. It wasn't easy, that.
Douglas Luiz. And it's Danilo. Frimpong. Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay. And he's forced to go back. Gabriel. And it's played forward. And it's Danilo. Rodrigo. Shot a goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Matson. And it's Van Dijk. Frimpong. Alisson sends that a long way. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Gakpo. Gabriel with the foul. Has a shot! And he's done very well to deal with it.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
And it's Danilo. He is through here. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. goalkeeper's ball. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Floated up and over. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Referee's given a throw. Douglas Luiz. Danilo.
Douglas Luiz really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Reinders. Van Dijk. And Reinders. Shifted upfield. Calmly anticipates. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Into the last 5 minutes. Long ball by the goalkeeper. And it's Memphis Depay. Frimpong. Marquinhos cuts it out. Gabriel. Douglas Luiz. And Gabriel. Danilo. Forwards and with intent. Frimpong. Reinders. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Douglas Luiz. And Rodrigo. Rodrigo. Vinicius Junior. Look at this. Vinicius Junior! It's in! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
Brazil tear their opponents apart once again. They are utterly ruthless. He's had it taken off him. Ava Nielsen. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Well, that's an inviting ball. It's a great hit one! He scored! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Yeah, it has become ugly for one, but the other is still delivering beauty.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. Brazil totally rampant here.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Matson. Proves too strong. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Reinders. Nice control. Douglas Luiz. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Looking for options for movement. And the flag has stayed down. Hangs one, shapes to shoot! He's put it wide. Simple. Gakpo. Reinders. Douglas Luiz. And it's Marquinhos. Gabriel. And Danilo. Douglas Luiz. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Rodrigo. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle.